Hi guys! I don't have my ring light, which is why I'm holding my phone, but I thought I'd come on and just do a quick live because somebody else asked me a question that I still haven't answered, which is are there any workouts that I find easier and how do I stay mentally motivated? Okay, so let's start with the first part. Are there any workouts that I find easier? Yes. The answer is walking. So I really do feel like walking is literally the easiest, simplest, most implementable, if that's a word, exercise you can do. Hi, phenomenal Ray. So I think that's the easiest exercise you can do is walking. It's simple. It's I don't know, easy. It's low risk in terms of like falling over as long as you don't go out in the snow and those kind of things. And you can fit it in anywhere. You know, you can get off an extra stop and walk to the bus, off the bus and walk a little bit extra. You can walk up the stairs. Like, I don't need to explain walking to everybody, but I just feel like walking is the best thing because you never really overexert yourself as well with walking. So it's like you can do it every day and it builds up that consistency muscle. And for me, I never can really make much of an excuse to not walk. How did I stay motivated after a month? Well, that is the second part of this question. So the way to stay motivated, I would say, is definitely think of your why. Like, have a really clear sense of why you are doing this. Like, I had a really clear sense of why I was changing my habits. I was going to win that money and I wanted to lose that £100 in 12 months. And I knew I had to stay on it. But now the reason why I stay motivated is because, in all honesty, it feels good to be a bad bitch. Like, I can't explain it any other way. Like, I was really fat for the majority of my life and I never felt 100% comfortable in my body. And the feeling that you get when you look good is, it's very delicious. So once you taste the deliciousness of that taste, you just want more. Do you get what I'm saying? I mean, let me try and give a more tangible answer of how to stay motivated. I mean, make the things small as well. So the thing that really kills your motivation is when you make the activity too overwhelming. So don't be like, I have to run 3 times a week if you hate running. Don't make yourself do things you don't like doing. It sounds so simple, but I'm telling you, it's the plug. Don't do any shit you don't want to do. Don't eat any food you don't like because it's good for you. I mean, that's bad advice, but I love fruits and vegetables, so for me that's easy. But if you don't like drinking water and you don't like eating green vegetables, try to like them. But on the whole, you should really enjoy your food and you should really be looking forward to your meals, and you should be really looking forward to your exercise as well. I love the gym. My battery's about to die. I love the gym. I love the feeling of going to the gym in my little cute sets, and I love telling boys to fuck off. Not joking. But I just love it. That's what I like doing. And if somebody said every single day you have to do Pilates, which I've done, no, not Pilates. What's the other one? What's the other one where it's really cool? I think it is Pilates. If somebody was like, if you have to do Pilates, I did 1 Pilates class in my life. I nearly died. I never gone back. So if somebody said I had to do that every single day, I'd be like, no, and I wouldn't have the motivation. Motivation is a raggedy bitch. Okay. She comes, she goes, she's very much part-time. Don't rely upon her. Don't even really think about her. You're not going to be motivated. You're not going to be motivated every day. You're just going to have to make it a habit. That's the real truth about motivation, is that it is a treacherous bitch and it will leave you when you need it most. And when you need it, so what you need in the instances that it leaves you is habits and routine. And I get a lot of comfort in routine, and I think most people do. I think most people like having a routine. So that's what I would say. That's how I stay motivated. I don't know if I've answered the other question now. So what are the easiest exercises? I've said walking. I also think swimming is good. When I was first starting out, before pandemic, when I could go to a normal bloody gym in central London, I went to one of those clubs that has a sauna and swimming pool and the gym. Now I just go to one that has a gym, and I used to swim a lot, and I think that's a really good thing to do if you're bigger, because it just kind of, I don't know, it keeps you active without damaging your joints. And I just really feel like, for me, even now, if I do really strenuous exercise, if I lift really heavy, I get painful knees. So I think swimming is a good one as well. So I said swimming, walking. I mean, I don't recommend running just because I personally hate it. But if you like it, then do that. I wouldn't say that's easy. The only type of running that I've ever really done is it's time to get up and do my homework. Yes, girl, get it done. Do you know what really helped me actually to get my home workout done? To do it at the same time every day. So I did it at 4:00, which is such a random time. But every single day at 4:00, I was like, I have to do my workout. And just making it at a set time, I don't know, it just broke up the day, and it just made me like, okay, again, now that I'm thinking about it, it's a habit. It became a habit. So then it wasn't like, oh, do I feel like doing my workout today? And every single day I'm having to decide what time to do it and when to do it and what to do after. It just became like, oh, well, it's 4:00, so I do my workout. I didn't have to think about it. You want to get to the point where you're not having to think too much about the things that you're doing to lose weight and to also then maintain your weight. This is the disgusting fact that I learned this year, which was, I have to maintain the same behaviors that got me to lose weight. It's so tragical. I hate it. But that's the truth. Like, I have to keep walking, right? I think I'm going to have to do the mornings. Yes, exactly. That's why I like morning workouts, Nadine. Like, I'm just like, by the night, like by the evening, it's frigging cold now. And then also you're tired. Like, you want to watch Netflix. Like, there's so many other thmy that you want to do in the evening. Like, working out is not that. Like, the only time that I worked out in the evening was when I was still working and pre-COVID. Oh my god, saying literally can't. Yeah, that's exactly what I said. You lost all the weight. Yeah, I lost 100 pounds. Martina, where you been, girl? I lost 100 pounds in 12 months. But T and Maze, you said literally can't do running. That's exactly what I did. I did a HIIT for 20 to 30 minutes because, girl, anything more a bitch would have died. A bitch would have died. What discouraged me sometimes is that I feel like my posture is bad and there's no one to correct me. I know what you mean. I mean, I don't want to be shady, but I feel like you have to find a really good PT, because not all PTs are really going to correct you correctly, if that makes sense. So I feel like find somebody who has done all their qualifications and you like their results. I know that sounds wild, but there's like PTs in the gym that you're just like, girl, do you even work out? I'm not trying to shame anybody, but you know what I mean? Like, do you do the things you're telling me to do? Because I don't feel like it. So you want to take advice from people that have actually done what you want to do and have the thing that you want, if that makes sense. That's what I think anyway, because in the past sometimes I'll take advice from people that haven't actually done the shit and I'm like, oh, this is not helping me. Like, you need to have been there. Like, that's why, sorry, I really need my ring light back, but that's why I feel like I'm a good person to help people with compulsive overeating and binge eating, because like I'm a pro binge eater, or like I was a pro binge eater. But yeah, with form, Nadine, I would just say find a PT that can help you, and just take a few sessions with them and just like really nail your form. And then there's also this like books and there's some YouTube stuff. I know that's not the best advice, but I've learned a lot from just like watching other people, like how they hold their back, and then always engage your core. I mean, I feel like that's just like a yoga thing that I learned, that like if your core is engaged normally, then you're protecting yourself, you're protecting your back, that kind of thing. And don't lift too heavy until you've got your form correct. That's what I know. That's my layman's information. But yeah, thank you, Martina. Again, you're just here with my name. It's really, it throws me every time. I find it weird when someone has my same name, and I find it weird when someone is even close to having my same birthday. I just, we can't be friends. How did you work on your form before getting a PT? Can't really afford it. No, here you go. It's expensive. And I didn't really get one. I've had like a few sessions go. I'm not Kim Kardashian. I cannot afford a PT all the time. I just went to the gym a lot, to be honest. And I did yoga. And I feel like I used to work at a yoga studio, Bikram yoga studio. And yoga does really teach you about posture. Even though I basically sit like a shrimp all day now because I work from home. But that's how I learned about posture. So it's always have your back. Sorry, bless me. Always have your back straight. Always hold your stomach in, and just, I don't know how to explain it. And then also listen to your body, always start with a light weight. So your first set should be with a light weight, and you should kind of focus on your form. And then once you feel like your form is okay, then you increase your weights. But I mean, I'm not the person to ask, to be honest. I don't really know much about thank you for blessing me. I don't really know much about correct form, and I don't even know if I'm always doing it right. I don't know. All I know is as long as it doesn't hurt, and as long as I feel like I'm engaging my core, and I really listen to my body. If I never push past any pain, but that would be it in terms of posture. But yeah, gyms being closed, not the end of the world. I feel like you can get a lot done at home. I feel like in terms of booty building, it's a bit harder because you don't have those heavy weights. But there's a lot that you can do at home. Like there's so many things online. Don't do that bloody Chloe Ting challenge and you kill me. But I'll do it and almost die. But yeah, there's loads of things that you can do. I'm trying to think what else we were talking about. Motivation, how she's a raggedy bitch, and easy exercises. Can't really think of any other easy exercises. We've said walking, we said swimming, we said HIIT. The HIIT that I do is like 30 seconds run. Girl, I'm trying to walk for a minute. Then 30 seconds run, then a minute. I'm not doing that minute thing because I'm not a fucking athlete, okay? That minute thing nearly kills me. And I do that for 20 minutes and that's it. And I did that maybe 2 to 3 times a week. And I'm talking about it like I do it now. I do not. I go to the gym and I lift weights and I go home. But I walk to the gym. So my walk is like an hour there and an hour back. So that was my compromise because I was like, oh yeah, I'm so tired of these YouTubers. I know, Nadine, you just spoke to my actual soul. Like, why are you making me do a burpee? It just makes no sense. And do you know how easy it is to hurt yourself doing burpees? I'm really holding back from swearing, but it's just the dumbest shh in the world. Like, it makes no sense. Girl, you're not here to correct my form, but you want me to do galloping on the floor. Why? Why am I doing breakdancing in my house? For what reason? For what purpose? Like, and the thing is, I feel like everything you get from a burpee, you can get from something that doesn't make you break your back and break your knee. Like, ugh. Yeah, so I'm with you. Like, maybe I should do some at-home workouts because I just feel like I want an at-home workout where you don't have to go on the floor. There are some on the online where like you can do like standing workouts. People that can't like go on the floor. Girl, we're breakdancing. We're doing all sorts. There's no need. And that's how I hurt my shoulder. I hurt my shoulder at the beginning of the year from doing that Chloe Ting challenge because this was making me not making me. I thought it was a good idea to be doing up burpees, doing up mountain climbers. Why? There's no need. And this is something else that I talk about in my ebook that is coming. But like, the fact that don't let personal trainers force you or bully you into doing exercises that are not correct for your body. Like, it's the dumbest thing. Like, especially because a lot of personal trainers have never been overweight, they've never been in bigger bodies, so they don't actually know how it feels to be like 18 friggin' stone being asked to do a burpee or being asked to do a box jump. Like, so many stupid people have asked me to do box jumps. I'm like, why? I need my kneecaps in the morning for work. Did you also do intermittent fasting to lose? I did, but like in the weirdest way. So basically, when I first started, I had a job that was 10 a.m. in the morning till 6 o'clock. So, and I had this weird thing. I was like, I want to eat when I'm getting paid. Like, I don't want to eat on my own time. And it also fit with my diet. Girl, I was not doing that when I was not dieting. But so I'd start at 10 and finish eating at 6. So that's what I used to do. But it wasn't like some harsh thing. Like if I ever fell outside, I didn't really mind. But I did keep to that schedule because I noticed when I did 1600 and when I was on my weight loss journey that if I ate before 10, it's like anything I eat before 10 doesn't count. I don't know how to explain it, but it's like my body just like, and then I'm hungry again by like 11. Burpees were created by Satan himself. It's true. And anyone who promotes them they just need, I don't know what to say, but they shouldn't be promoting them. But what was I going to say? Yeah. So I did do intermittent fasting, but it wasn't like really strict. And I still try roughly to like wait as long as I can to have my breakfast because I do notice that I eat more calories throughout the day when I start eating earlier. And then I also try not to eat too late, but too close to bedtime because it does make me have a worse sleep just because I'm still digesting. It's not good for you. And I'm a singer and I used to have really bad acid reflux, so I used to binge eat pizzas and crap before going to bed and then like, you know, get the worst like acid coming up because I go to sleep straight after like binging. Anyhow, so no, it wasn't just working out. The main thing that made me lose weight was being in a calorie deficit. Like that is what I'll say. And the main thing that makes me gain weight even now is like being in a calorie surplus. Like when I'm like, maybe these calories don't count. Like they do. They really, really do. They be going on my ass. And you guys are seeing that I'm on like not a new weight loss journey, but I'm trying to just get back down because I really want to film loads of videos next year for my singing. And I just don't see the point in losing all this weight and then still feeling self-conscious about myself. Like I just want to feel like on 10. And right now I'm like a solid 7. Like, she's not the girl she used to be, but she's not the girl she wants to be. Do you know what I mean? I'm at that point. So, yeah, that's it. Does anyone else have any more questions? Because I feel like I answered what the easy exercises are. Basically, anything that's not high impact is the easy exercise. And also, anything that you like. What you like is easy. Like, some people like dancing. I love dancing. Sometimes I would dance in my room, especially during lockdown when there was nothing else to do. But yeah, for me, walking will always be king because it's so beautiful and it's relaxing. You get to be in nature, living out. Oh, thank you, Nadine. That means a lot. Like, I'm excited too because like I literally stopped myself for so many years from doing what I wanted to do. Even just, I know it sounds so simple, but even just talking on this live, like I was so like, I don't know, I was just so scared to be seen. It's really weird. Like, I was listening to this sermon with this pastor and he was like, you want God to use you, but you don't want to be seen like how the maths is not mathing. Do you know what I mean? Like, I know not everybody's religious, but I'm just saying, like, even if we're just talking about, you know, you want to live in your purpose, but you don't want anyone to see you. I did an Afrobeat workout on YouTube once and it made me feel stupid. Well, if you're at home by yourself, then go. I mean, I'm not gonna lie, I'm a really good dancer. A bitch can twerk, so I can't relate. But I'm sure you didn't look stupid. I'm sure. Well, I mean, I don't know. Okay, don't come for me, but I don't love Afrobeats. Okay, don't come for me. Don't come for me. Don't come for me. Don't come for me. But because I just feel like it all sounds the same. Like, I will dance to it if it comes on, if I'm in the club. But I call it Afrobeat because I feel like it's all the same. It's not Afrobeats. It's just all the same thing. But I am Jamaican, so maybe that is just my Jamaicanness being, I don't know, anti-Afrobeat-ish. But yeah, I don't like them dance workouts on YouTube as well. I tried to do one, and I can't get with it. It's all too, like, cheesy for me. So I know what you mean, to be fair, now I'm thinking about it. Like, I tried to do this one, I was like, this ain't me. Like, I just want to, like, do ratchet shit in my mirror for, like, half an hour and listen to music. Like, that's what I do, like, just shake my booty all alone. But I feel like I was saying something about something or other. What's easy? Yeah, what's easy is what you can do. Maybe you should try a dance or workout. Oh my god, yes. Oh my god, I live for that. Maybe I should. I really should. I'm gonna do that. But to be honest, I've not really been like doing too much at home workouts because I think I was just so traumatized by doing so many of them during lockdown that now I'm just like can't bothered. If we're forced to do it again, then I'll do it, but it's dead. Can't think what else. We talked about what's easy, and we talked about motivation. I think that's it. Is there anything else anybody wants to ask before I go? It's 10:10. Yeah, exactly, Shay. We talked about all the things. Motivation is fleeting. Build habits. Practice being the person that you want to be. So decide who you want to be. If you want to, you were talking about how we can't be used as an instrument by God. Oh yeah, that's exactly. So even if you're just talking about, you're not talking about it from a God perspective, even you're just talking about it from just like, you want to live your passion, but you don't want to be seen. So it's like, I learned this new thing of just like, what are you willing to do for your goal? So if you want to be, I don't know, a singer or a writer or an artist or a lawyer, you know, what are you willing to do for your goal? Are you willing for someone to think that you're stupid? Are you willing to be rejected? Are you willing to be embarrassed? Are you willing to be scared? You know, it's asking yourself, what am I willing to do? And if you're not willing to do all those things, like, you know, if you're not willing to be scared, if you're not willing to put yourself out there, if you're not willing to bother someone, to, you know, get in someone's way, or, you know, because sometimes I would be like, oh, you know, I don't want to ask them because, you know, I don't want to be an inconvenience. Like, it makes no sense. So it's like, so you're not going to live out your dream because you don't want to inconvenience someone who will definitely tell you no if they don't want to do it and say yes if they do. Like, it's just this weird thing that I had where it's like, I didn't want to burden anybody because I felt like a burden. And so it's like, yeah, but now it's like, no, you're deserving of the things that you want. And it's the same thing with like losing weight. You have to decide, like, you want it. Like, once you decide to lose weight, nothing is going to get in your way. Like, once you, because the sad thing is that what I've realized now is I was the only thing in my way. I was the only person stopping myself from losing weight, because I would make my goes so high, like so ridiculous. Oh, you have to eat raw, you have to be raw vegan. You can only eat watermelon. There's a shit that I'll try to get myself to do. Oh, you have to exercise 2 hours every day. And the worst thing is, sometimes I do exercise 2 hours a day now, but it's not the same way. Like, I'll walk in the morning and then I'll have another walk in the evening. It doesn't feel like anything. But before, I'd be like, oh, I have to do weights and then I have to do this and I have to do yoga and I have to do that. Like, so yeah, if you want the things that you want out of life, you have to show up. You have to show up. You have to, if you want to sing, you have to go out there and sing. If you want to lose weight, you have to get up and go to the gym. You have to make your food in the morning. Like, you have to show up. Like, the winners aren't better than you. I'm no different to anybody else. I know nobody thinks I am. But like, the people who win at life just show up. That's all. That's the only difference. They showed up, you didn't. The singers that are on TV, they showed up, you didn't. That's it. That's the only difference. They showed up and they didn't stop showing up. Like, you can't lose if you don't quit in anything. That is genuinely what I believe with your passion, with losing weight. Like, I have lost weight because I didn't stop showing up. No matter how many times I flopped, how many times I fucked it up, how many times I lost and gained weight. And I'm not joking, it's probably about 10,000 times. Like, I didn't quit. And that's why eventually I won. That's it. Right. I am growing out of that mindset as well. Everything I want help for, I would give to others as well. So why not at least ask? And exactly. Thank you, Shay Shay. Exactly, Nadine. Like, people will do what they want. Like, just take the risk. Just say, like, and be uncomfortable. Like, this is the thing. It's like willing to be uncomfortable. Exactly what you said. Like, and this is what I kept thinking, Nadine. I was like, why is it that when I have a job, I'll work until the thing is finished? I'll over my hours. I'll stay late. I'll do this because I want to do a good job. But then when it comes to me and my stuff, I'm like, oh, I'll do it tomorrow. Oh, I'll do it tomorrow. Oh, I'll do it tomorrow. And then I never do it. And it's because I had this fear of being great. I had this fear of people not liking me. I had this fear of success. I had this fear of being seen. I had this fear of being visible. Oh, what if people have something bad to say? You know, because I had so many bad things said to me as a kid, I was like, I can't take any more criticism. But I still get criticized. How'd it work? So, like, I still get criticized. Obviously, maybe not on the level that maybe I might be if I'm more visible. But at the same time, it's like, people have opinions, and I see people's opinions all the time on the internet, and it doesn't kill anybody. Like, so what if somebody doesn't like what I say? So what if somebody disagrees with me? Like, that's what life's about. Like, we don't all think the same. We don't all eat the same. We don't all lose weight the same. There's people on the internet who genuinely think that somebody else losing weight it puts them in some state of victimhood, which is complete insanity. How can somebody else's BMI have anything to do with your own oppression? But there's people that think that. Do you know what I mean? And they'll probably fight you for that opinion. So it's just like, you can't care. You have to do what you want to do. Actually, I'll touch on this even though it's definitely off topic and none of you will know what to talk about. But there was a lady who I follow called Healthy Calfee, and she made a video yesterday about Black women and how specifically there was some lady, she was reacting to another lady's video who this lady was saying that the reason for fat phobia is white supremacy or something like that. And it was just, I don't know, it's just shit. This Healthy Calfee's video was about what a reach that was. And then everyone was coming for her and saying that she can't talk about it because she's mixed race or biracial and not black. And I just wanted to say that I mean, my opinion on that whole thing is there are Eurocentric standards of beauty. And as a black woman, often I feel like I don't match up to what society thinks is the most beautiful thing, especially when I was overweight. I really did feel left out, but I really think that that's separate from why I was overweight. And it really annoys me when people conflate things, and so they make it so you can't talk about it. So when you mix those two things together, then it makes it like, oh well, you can't talk about someone being overweight because it's low-key to do with their race. And racism is stressful, don't get me wrong. Racism is very fucking stressful, and I'm sure that there is an element of the stress of racism that adds to the comfort eating that black women do. I know that I comfort eat sometimes because of the racist things that happen to me. But, like, what I eat and what exercise I do is still my personal choice. And if black women are the most unprotected class in the world. That's what, you know, people feel, and that's what I believe to be true, or one of the most unprotected. Then why wouldn't we protect ourselves as much as possible from the inside? Why wouldn't we do what we can to take care of ourselves? And something that somebody said years ago that I've only just really understood was that he said when he feels depressed or when he's going through a lot, he eats even more healthy, because he's got so much going on that he's like, you know what, I don't want to add to my load. And I didn't really get that at the time, because I was like, when I'm stressed, bitch, that's when I'm really trying to be eating a fucking cookie because I'm overwhelmed. But actually, it's so much more loving and so much more caring to take care of yourself. And this idea that like, oh, well, we're like this because of the patriarchy and because of white supremacy. It's like, okay, cool. But like, those are heavy burdens. So why would you then burden yourself more with poor eating habits and poor exercise choices and therefore preventable disease? Anyway, that's my opinion on that kind of stuff. So I see not both sides, but I get it. Like, what they're saying is not untrue. Like, it's not untrue that there are these standards that are really hard to keep up with and live up to. But also, it's not untrue that you get to decide what you eat today. You get to decide what you eat tomorrow. You get to decide what food you buy, what's in your cupboard. You get to decide where you go to shop. Like, I used to really feel, because I used to go to a 12-step program for food where you would literally say, I'm powerless over my food, I'm powerless over what I eat, I'm powerless over this, I'm powerless over that. And it was so disempowering, shock horror, to tell myself constantly that I'm powerless over what I eat, and it's not true. Like, it's not the truth. Like, yes, I need to give my will to God on a daily basis, in the sense of like, I'm not in control of the world, you know, I'm not God. But at the same time, to say that I'm powerless over what I eat is not true. Like, I live in the Western world and I do my own shopping. I'm a grown woman. Like, so I don't know. I just think it's really good to remind yourself that you are in control of what you eat. You are in control of what you do. It is your life. If you can do this with your hand because you want to. So if you can go like that, that means you have autonomy. You can decide what you eat. And I used to feel like I couldn't. I used to go into shops like in this weird trance where it's like, I've just done it so many times that I just do it again. And the repetition makes it feel like permanence, but it's not permanent. It's just that I do it all the time. And so it's the same thing with losing weight. Like, you repeat the healthy eating, you repeat the exercise, you repeat the water, and then the repetition makes it feel like permanence, and then all of a sudden, you're a bad bitch. Oh no, you're a bad bitch. But then also, when you fuck that up, or when you go backwards and you realize, oh, okay, so it's not permanent, it's just a repetition that makes it feel like permanence. So you have to keep repeating it for it to be permanent, and that's it. So you just want to, you're doing the same thing. So it's like when you're overeating and not exercising, you're moving your train backwards. When you're doing the right things, you're eating healthy and you're exercising, you're moving your train forwards, and you get momentum, and the momentum goes either way, you know? So I hope that was helpful for you guys. You know, if I can lose weight, and even keeping it off as much as I have, I know I gained a little bit, but even keeping off as much as I have for this period of time, this is the longest that I've stayed under 200 pound, I think, since I've after having lost weight. Like, normally the last 2 times I've lost weight, I lost weight and then I immediately gained it back. Like, within months I gained it back, and I think it's because I just saw it as like, oh, I'll be on a diet, and then when I'm finished my diet, I'll go back to what I was doing before. And like, low-key a bit tried to do that again this year, but I was not willing to give it up so easily, and I just don't want to go back. Like, why would I go back to a life that I hated and that I worked so hard to escape, you know? And so just remind yourself of that. If you're on day 1, day 2, day 57, day 100 of your weight loss journey, don't go backwards. Don't go back to those old habits. They're not worth it. They don't bang, they don't slap. There's nothing in there for you. It's an empty room that you've outgrown, or my cousin says it in a nice way, like, it's an old dress that no longer fits you. It just doesn't fit you anymore. Stop trying it on. Leave it alone. Let it go. Throw it away. There's a new way of living for you. And so just stick with that, and it will be worth it. It will be so worth it once it becomes habitual, and once you no longer need motivation. Because you'll have habit. I mean, think about it. How much motivation do you need to eat a fucking pizza to yourself? How much motivation does it take to lie in bed? None. Because you practiced it so many times. So just practice the other stuff and it won't take that much motivation. You'll enjoy it and you'll like it. You'll actually look forward to it. Anyway, I think I'm gonna shut the hell up now. I've been talking for ages. But yeah, so I really enjoy doing these lives. I really, really do. And hopefully next week I'll have my ring light back, so you're not looking just at me doing this. And it's so dark. But yeah, I hope you guys are well. Send me, I'm going to put another poll up because I think that's all the questions now that I had. But yeah, have a good evening. I'll see you guys soon. Mwah. Bye.